Today on Wsrh Extra, we visit the importance of National Disability Awareness Month.
Also, more on a fellow Hawk and his life-changing experience.
Plus, a glimpse into this year's Oktoberfest. Wsrh Extra
Starts now.
Welcome to this episode of Wsrh Extra. I'm Anthony Bowie.
And I'm Jadlyn Bruce. As October comes to an end, we get closer to the spooktacular tradition involving pumpkins, candy, and costumes.
Like Halloween, another event fashioned from this spooky tradition is Oktoberfest.
Wsrh Extra reporter Rachel Clark takes us to the Haunted Rock and Roll Festival.
Every year, the village of Royal Palm Beach holds their annual fall festival, but this year they've decided to do something a little different.
We changed up the layout of how we set the place up. We went with a rock theme this year to call it Oktoberfest.
Not only does this festival feature rock cover bands, they also have things for kids such as petting zoos, carnival games, and balloon artists.
It's a family event. We have something for all ages. We have the entertainment, we have the Haunted Woods walking tour, pumpkin patch, so we do a lot for every age.
One vendor in particular, Frances Novella, understands the impact that music has on her experience.
Music has been awesome. I've been stuck behind this tent, but hearing all these songs that I like is just making it so good.
While many people came solely for the purpose of rocking out to some music, others came to enjoy the wide variety of food this festival had to offer.
There's a lot of good vendors here, tons to choose from.
This year's Oktoberfest has people craving more than just brains. They crave the family fun as well as the rock and music and ghoulish scares this annual festival has to offer. For Wsrh Extra, I'm Rachel Clark.
October has been nationally recognized as the time to spread the importance of understanding autism and other disabilities and how you can make a positive impact. We go to Wsrh Extra reporter Evan Eisenstark to learn more about the National Disability Awareness Month.
BBLE.
October is National Disabilities Awareness Month, but not all disabilities are as noticeable as you might think.
I think what makes it important to realize is that oftentimes autism isn't seeable to the eye. You may not look at somebody and realize that they have autism.
One student at the Ridge has a disability that he doesn't let stop him.
It affects my life in a lot of ways, really. It's basically the thing that makes me who I am.
Here at the Ridge, there are many options for those with disabilities that want some more help.
We have our ESE program that works with students either as support facilitators pushing into their classroom or pulling them out for direct instruction. And we also have a social skills class first period for kids who need work with their social skills.
Autism is a disability that is occurring more than ever before, and we must raise awareness to this disease.
In the U.S., there's about 200,000 cases per year of autism, and it's more prevalent with males than it is with females. So I would say it's something that's very relevant to our society today.
Autism and other disabilities come in all shapes and sizes, visible and invisible. For Wsrh News, I'm Evan Eisenstark.
Seminole Ridge Hawk and firefighter explorer Bryce Brandt suffered a life-altering stroke at just the age of 9. That would have made anyone else give up their dreams. However, with an ambitious spirit and the help of fellow firemen, Bryce has a chance to make his dreams come true. Wsrh Extra reporter Caitlin Simpson was fortunate enough to cover Bryce's story, allowing for a deeper look into his journey.
Often on Halloween night, many kids like Bryce Brandt stay up past their bedtime and eat more candy than necessary, excited to wake up to the next day on a sugar rush. However, for Bryce, the next day took an unwelcoming turn of events as his life was forever altered at such a young age.
Well, when I was 9 years old, I had a stroke and on Halloween day, and it paralyzed the entire right side of my body from my neck down. And at first I really didn't know what was going on because I was just too young to understand it. But when I woke up after my 2-week coma, my parents started to understand, and the only thing that I was really upset about was I missed my 4th grade field trip to St. Augustine, and I was really upset about that.
Although Bryce suffered a stroke at such a young age, this 9-year-old was determined to get back on his feet no matter the difficulties that would lie ahead.
So, it still affects things that, I wish I could do today, like, walk normal or run to class or do simple things like that, which, most kids could normally do, but I can't because, I still am partially paralyzed in my leg. But I haven't lost hope because The day you give up hope is the day you lose in life.
He could have been sitting in a wheelchair still, and he didn't. He never quit.
With such a rare form of stroke at such a young age, Bryce is truly what it means to be 1 in a million.
Having the type of stroke that I had is about 1 in 100,000 people, but having it at age 9 is so rare that it's like 1 in a million.
While faced with many obstacles, Bryce was also able to experience many opportunities that most would never get the chance to encounter.
You know, having a stroke it closed some doors for me, but it also opened doors for me in other places. Like, I met the president's dog on my Washington, D.C. trip, and I met the head chef for President Obama back in the day, which, I mean, it's pretty special. Not everyone gets to meet those kinds of people, but you know, I had the chance to do that.
Bryce continues to strive for the best, making an impact on those around him.
It's very inspiring to watch. His desire to run again and be able to do things that he wants to do is very inspiring.
We wish Bryce the best of luck on his road to success. For WSRH News, I'm Caitlin Simpson.
Coming up on WSRH Sports, we take a look at highlights from the homecoming game against the Pahokee Blue Devils.
Also, a unique sport that stands out against the rest this spooky season with the use of pumpkins. For those stories and more, we go to WSRH Extra Sports anchor Shane Goolsby.
Hey, Shane.
Thanks, guys. The Seminole Ridge football team took on the Pahokee Blue Devils in the homecoming game last Friday, in what turned out to be one intense game. Last week at the Seminole Ridge homecoming game, the Hawks took the win by 1 point. In the first quarter, Pahokee scored with the 59-yard touchdown with 5 minutes left in the quarter. Ridge countered back with a 30-yard touchdown that got called back by the referees. That did not stop Corey Polk as he drives in with an 11-yard touchdown to tie the game in the first half. The Blue Devils took the lead again with an 8-yard touchdown pass. With 17 seconds left in the half, Cayman Castilla threw a 17-yard touchdown pass to Brandon Shabert, ending the half with a 14-14 tie. Coming back into the second half, the Hawks score with a 65-yard drive capped with a 1-yard touchdown. Pahokee then scores on the 1-yard line but misses the game-winning field goal, ending with a score of 20-21 for the upset. At one local event, pumpkins are the smashing attraction, literally. WSRH Extra reporter Magali Nicho takes us to Pumpkin Chunkin'.
Carving pumpkins is a popular tradition when it comes to the spooky season, but some people found new ways to express their pumpkin carving skills.
But it was actually a joke. So we were brainstorming ways we could earn more as a fundraiser for our kids to go to camp, and we thought, what if we just threw pumpkins and built catapults? And we're like, that sounds like so much fun.
This event attracted many people in the community to join in on this unique sport.
We found out about pumpkin chunkin'. Actually, it's a big sport, a big contest in the Midwest, and everybody hides what they're going to do all summer and winter long. And then today they bring it out. You can see we have things from big army tanks to very small ones, which is very efficient, to homegrown ones.
This isn't just an event revolved around pumpkin chunkin', it has a lot more to offer to the families attending.
We actually just want to have a fun community event and just create a fun atmosphere.
Absolutely. This is fun for everybody. You know, it's good for the kids. We have a whole bunch of food trucks and paintings and pies and all that stuff over there, so it's good for everybody.
Catapults and pumpkins is a real medieval sport. With all this pumpkin dunkin' fun, the winners smashed the competition. For WSRH Extra, I'm Magali Nicho.
Pumpkin chunkin' is definitely one interesting sport that I definitely want to try. Well, that's it for WSRH Sports. I'm Shane Goolsby.
Thanks, Shane. Well, that's it for this episode of WSRH Extra. If you have any story ideas, please tweet us at SeminoleRidgeTV. I'm Anthony Bowie.
And I'm Jadlyn Bruce. Tune in to next week's episode, November 2nd at 2:30.